second, but in Matthew 17, the transfiguration was happening on the mountain, and that's where the disciples saw Peter and, it was Peter, James, John, and the sons of Zebedee. But they were with Jesus, and there was Elijah and Moses at the top of the mount, and they saw Jesus's glorified body. His face shone like the sun, and he had his white garments on when he was in that space. And then there was a cloud that overshadowed them, and it was the voice of the Lord, and he said, this is my son in whom I'm well pleased. Again, with that. And when they heard the voice, they fell on their faces, and they were greatly afraid. And they also fell. So not only does our physical fleshly bodies have an automatic response to just who the Lord is, his very nature, his qualities, characteristics, but then it also brings about fear. And so I'm not saying the demonic fear, but like fear of like a whoa, and so the thing about that is, if you think about that, that's not really a way to have a relationship with somebody, where you just constantly feel that need to like bow down and do stuff, although you can. God has literally created us bodies when we pass on and go to be with him that can withstand his presence, so that it can be more intimate. And that's why I love that we get the understanding that God is working our spirit man, like the inner, like strengthening our spirit man through the Holy Spirit, the Spirit of truth, so we don't have to be subjected to the flesh, but then we can also be strengthened enough in how we are growing in the Lord and how we become mature to be able to like situate before him and enjoy intimacy with him, though physically in our flesh we may not be able to, right? And so the reason why I'm breaking it down and explaining it is because the Lord was saying that he hears a lot of questions from his children, and also, other people, but I'm a Christian channel, so obviously I'm going to come from that angle. And the Lord was saying that a lot of his children ask, why can't I just hear you plainly? Why can't I hear you? Why can't I just hear your voice? Why does it have to sound like my voice? Why does it have to be, why can't I just audibly hear you for, just as it is? Why does it have to be confusing? Why do I have to discern between Satan and you and me, or all these things, right? And